All right, I want to talk a little bit today about the set or the stretch. That's where our most important pitches are going to come. You got runners on base. Unfortunately, it's something that we don't practice very much in the bullpen. We as pitchers tend to do what we like and what's easiest in the bullpen, which is a lot of high leg kick, wind up action. But again, the most important pitches are going to come out of the stretch most likely. So a lot of times a mistake that I see pitchers do is they just don't give them a very good chance to be successful because they get unathletic in their set. For some reason, pitchers live to come set like super weird or all awkward. And one of my common cues is just to be athletic. So if I was going to jump and dunk a basketball, I want to be about shoulder width apart. So give yourself a chance to be athletic. Sometimes, this is a slope, right? So the farther you get down the mound in your set position, your center of gravity moves a little bit further with it. And now it's harder to get into my back leg and drive. And it's a little bit more stressful on the throw. And then sometimes it's harder to get out front, especially on your breaking balls. So one of the things that we talk about is just come and set athletic. In general, just make sure we're not too spread out so that we can kind of get into our back leg. The two other most common set moves is your slide step and your more abbreviated or knee to knee. So the knee to knee, again, come athletic, and then as we start to go, basically we just try to think about loading into my back hip. And what I really try to talk about on that one is a move that we call stretch balance. So stretch balance would be, not the traditional balance drill of like how long can you hold it. We never do that, period. But stretch balance for me is when I come set and I lift my leg, I want to be able to feel that on the instep of my drive leg, kind of down the inside of my groin there. And I want to be able to stall it for about a split second. It's physically impossible for me to hold it. I want to think almost about like a dam with like trying to push the water over. So we're here, it's like a big rush of water and I can't quite hold it back. I'm trying my best, and then it's a big powerful push. So you'll notice there's almost like a little bit of a stall, and just that little stall gives my arm a chance to catch up. Full speed would look something like this. So that would be like the majority of your throws. The next one we talk about is the slide step. In the slide step, one of the most common mistakes that we see, once they come set, their first move is forward. What we know is we have to put pressure down into the ground so that it pushes back up into us. But when my first move is forward, I've left my arm behind and I haven't done a very good job of putting force into the ground, which makes it a much more stressful throw on your arm, and you're not getting the most out of your efficient throw. So what we cue is to actually go down first. And there's a couple different ways to do that, but we talk about basically as I separate my hands is to basically pull myself into my back leg. So as I'm separating my hands, I'm pulling myself down, which really helps me get into my back leg so that I can deliver a good pitch instead of going straight forward. So again, full speed would be here, down, and go. So those are some common mistakes that we see with just the setup of the stretch and then the general order of events, especially if you're going to go out of the slide step. Make sure you're getting down into your back leg. And then for the 90% of your throws, just make sure you try to get into that little stretch balance pause to give yourself a chance for your arm to catch up.